Welcome back to yet another map video where we take a look at the best maps I found and created. So let's get started. Well, starting off with the first map. This is what you call globalization. Pears that are grown in Argentina are packed in Thailand and later on sold in the United States. I know it may be a cheaper version, but these pears literally traveled over 20,000 kilometers. Yeah. Here's a map of Europe showing where the most international visitors were from in each European country in 2023. As you can see, it's all mostly Germans, but as an Estonian I can tell you that the so-called Finnish tourists are mostly made up of people looking for cheap beer. I'm not even joking. These are the first 5 countries that recognized the United States, and it's basically all the countries that paid for the American Revolution, plus Morocco for some reason, who knows why. What you can see is the longest possible train route in the world. If you're crazy enough to try this, you would have to start the journey from Lisbon, Portugal, then cross various European countries and the Russian landscape until you reach Southeast Asia. The journey ends in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and you would have been traveled 17,500 kilometers with train. Did you know that Mexico's northernmost city, Tijuana, is closer to Alaska than the country's southernmost state capital, Tuxtla Gutiérrez? Well, the conclusion is that el país de México es muy grande, way. Another map of Europe because I know you love them. This time it's about the largest generation in every European country. And the conclusion for this one is that Europe has the oldest population in the world. Except for some countries, of course, like Sweden. And you know very well why. Well, how far away are you from Chile? Using Chile as a scale. Are you 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 Chiles away from Chile? And if you're actually from Chile, tell me about it in the comments and I'm gonna give your comment a heart. From 2016 to 2022, has the amount of McDonald's grown or decreased in these European countries? Anyone from Germany, Denmark or Sweden wanna explain to me why has it decreased in your country? Don't you like it? Look, the year is 2024 and still in many countries of the world, a woman doesn't have the same rights to remarry as a man. Well, Middle East will always be Middle East, but Peru, Uruguay, Japan and Italy. What the hell, guys? A female in Italy, for example, has to wait 300 days before she marries again, but this doesn't apply to men. This is an interchange in Houston, Texas, the United States, and this is an entire city center in Italy. And you know what? They are actually the same size. Believe it or not. Yes, this interchange in Houston is the same size as an entire city center in Italy with 30,000 people. An interesting map. The countries in blue is where Americans can travel without a visa. Does someone want to explain to me why Americans can travel to Pakistan but cannot travel to Bangladesh? Or on the other side, why they can travel to Paraguay but cannot travel to Bolivia? What the hell? These are the 4 countries the Cold War divided: Germany, Vietnam, Romania and Korea. But apart from that, which coat of arms of these countries do you think looks the most badass? In my opinion, it's South Vietnam. Just look at this beauty. In European countries, this is the currency that was used before the euro. How interesting that Cyprus also had the pound. Obviously not the British pound, but Cypriot pound is how it was called from 1963 to 2008. What you're looking at is the largest industry in each US state by GDP. So this is for Americans living in the United States. Can you guess the largest company in your state? Here is a fun map made by Wielkopolska Maps in Reddit, showing whether your country is written in singular or plural in Polish. And well, the bananas are just for funny demonstration. Listen up. This map shows us all the countries where journalists have been killed or disappeared between 2000 and 2023 around the world. Syria, Mexico, Pakistan and Yemen are on the top of this list, so if you're a journalist, take care when you go there. This was Israel on June the 5th in 1967, and this was Israel on June the 11th on 1967 after the 6-day war. And to be honest, this is crazy transformation for just 6 days of war, and overall 800 people died. Germany, Alemania, Saksamaa, Deutschland. This is how European countries call Germany in their native language. Well, it's probably obvious, but the colors on the countries show us how different countries have a similar name for Germany in their language. Countries that have been under European control. Purple is Europe, green means colonized or controlled by Europe, blue means partially European control or influence, yellow means European sphere of influence, and orange means never colonized by Europe. Here's a map showing the most populous city by country in Europe, and if the country is red, it means that the city is not the capital, like in Turkey, Switzerland and Belgium. Well, you Duolingo freaks, this one's for you. It shows the most popular language on Duolingo in every single country of the world. Even Greenland has data. What the hell? Again, not to mock or make fun of my Swedish friends, but the fact that it's Swedish in Sweden tells us all something, am I right? What the hell? Look at this! Australia versus Pluto. I honestly personally didn't know they had beef like that. Take a look at this. In your country, who owns more wealth, the bottom 80% or the top 1% of the rich? You tell me, is blue based or is green based? And also, the fact that Canada's bottom 80% is richer than the top 1% really surprises me. This is what the world would look like according to the Mercator projection if Australia and Russia swapped places. But theoretically, how do you think this would change the world's political situation? Yeah. Almost exactly 100 years ago, the British Empire was at its territorial peak on September 29th, 1923. If you're still here, comment "I love maps" and I'll be happy, I guess. Also, you can join my Discord server. Go to Ask Zimbax and you might get an answer to your question. Okay, bye bye.